All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarah Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepted members to not only the Sarah Seti YouTube page, but the General Seti YouTube page, two dynamic powerhouse institutions on YouTube, giving you nothing but black power, black divinity. I want you to subscribe immediately. I want you to become a member. Link for the memberships right down in the video description is in the chat. All you had to do is just click it. You get a video introduction, rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarah Seti General Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. The General got a new website up on Teachable, uploading a lot of dynamic curriculums, powerhouse programs, certificate courses. First one up, 25 Steps to the Redemption of Definitive Black Manhood, designed by the General strictly for the brothers. It's an amazing course. You can get a preview by clicking the link in the chat. Also included the Brotherhood of Heru Roundtable live stream, where the brothers meet once a week discussing very important, powerful, vital information pertinent to our growth and development. Get over there, get a preview, check it out. Become a brother, become a member today. Ring the alarm, KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official, General Sarah Seti, DVD, lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. Got something for your family. Know you're going to like and love. Get over there, check out the catalog, get a discount, shop and save and shop. Pull the fire alarm, GeneralSeti.com. Seti University, over 2,500 videos, 40 different subjects, all the subjects that you know and love from the General. Believe me when I tell you, it's not another website nowhere on the planet that could compare or compete. You should become a member today. And everybody know the General is popping, got the Poppin'Is page on Patreon. We got that fire up there right now. I want you to go up there and get it. It's there. We did a triple header earlier today. Ancient Egypt military colony of Mother Ethiopia. It's up there. It's fire. I want you to go get it. Also up there, the 72 chambers of the pineal gland, part 1 is fire. Is up there. Go and get it. Also, we got the magical ring of black immortality on the Patreon. All you had to do is just click that link. Man, we didn't have like close to, I believe close to 15 new videos. Now these is exclusive now. I want you to know that's work. You feel me? That's that work, which you want. Get up there and get it, family. It's powerful. It's enlightening, and you can't get it nowhere else. Believe that. All the family donate to the General. I thank you. Those would like to donate. The link is in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarah Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friend. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. That's right, family. Oh, today we talking about Black Americans who are not boycotting African businesses. We got another side who says that, you know, they're rude. Even though we spend, you know, money with them, they still rude. You got people that's testifying to that also. And so we had to look at it, you know. It's some feelings out there that need, you know, we need to talk about it. We can't dismiss how people is, you know, feeling about certain situations. But like I say, before I even get started, I want to let people know that, you know, it's some issues that's going on that need to be discussed on a much deeper level. You feel what I'm saying? And like, and a lot of people, you know, the way I deal with, I put the shit out there. You see what I'm saying? You know, y'all think that somehow this shit gonna heal itself just because you quiet about it, that you don't want. Sometimes, you know, motherfuckers, you got to step on toes. You got to, you know, you got to get motherfuckers out their comfort zone to deal with certain shit. You know what I'm saying? And me, myself, like I say, I very much love my Africanness. I'm not going to tell you no lie, but I'm not taking no shit off of nobody. When you out of pocket, you out of motherfucking pocket. You see, I'm not in no forced situation where I'm gonna make if the motherfucker square and the situation is a triangle, I'm not the one that's gonna try to fit the motherfucking the square through the triangle. I'm not gonna do no shit. It don't fit. You feel me? It don't fit. And that just, we're gonna have to deal with this another way. And like I say, when I look at these videos up on the internet and motherfuckers, talking shit about Black Americans, why, what the fuck? Everybody that come up here and try to vindicate, where I'm not boycotting. Well, what about this shit over here? Now I understand that may not be the viewpoint of particular African business owners, but it is very alarming that so many of them are saying this and they in America. You understand what I'm saying? So what the fuck? You come over here and you gonna talk shit. You gonna start shit. You feel me? Nobody's really addressing that. You come here. We didn't, even if we feel some kind of way, which I don't hear Black Americans just up and start talking about Africans. You know what I'm saying? I don't, and if they do, it's some obscure ass group. You understand? What somebody don't even really fuck with, don't know, for real. Some obscure motherfucker, they talk about anybody. You see what I'm saying? So, but I don't hear Black people, they got a lot of shit going on, and most motherfuckers don't even think about Africa. So they wouldn't just up and start talking, some derogatory shit about Africa. Majority of these niggas over here don't even think about Africa. And I ain't saying that in a negative way. It's just a fact. So they wouldn't but when you go up here, you got motherfuckers talking about we ain't got no culture and this, that, all derogatory. I don't see these same people that say they don't see why they, that they should boycott. And I understand that, but don't act like it ain't no motherfucking issue. See, people, when they get to hearing that, they get to associate anybody that come over with the issue. You see what I'm saying? And that's why it's up on a lot of Africans that's coming to validate that they don't get down like that. You see what I'm saying? If all you hear is the motherfucker saying, oh, you don't got no culture, and they got the loudest voice, and nobody, steps in and say, no, that's not how we think, then we assume that that's how everybody think. That's your motherfucking fault. That's not our fault. That's your goddamn fault. So, I speak, and say what I don't, I tell you, I don't like it. Even though I'm about Africanness and I'm about that, and I'm not about no bullshit in any which way it go. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about no fuck shit. And that go anywhere I'm at in any situation. I'm not going for no fuck shit. That's fuck shit. You see what I'm saying? And it need to be addressed. You know what I'm saying? And what's crazy is, African Americans is breaking bread with Africans. You see what I'm saying? That's obvious, because if they wouldn't, it wouldn't be no boycott. I don't know on what level, but Black peoples is breaking bread with Africans. So if they had any, hard feelings towards African people, why would they be breaking bread? Why would they not start talking about boycott? Obviously, they went to the business, you understand, out of the courtesy of, economics and shit, and say, you know what, you got a service, I like your service. And then, but as you start to engage, maybe it's some shit that you don't, maybe you don't like this, and that's, you got to make the customers happy. That's business. You see, that's one of the, you have to work with your customer. If they ain't going above and beyond, that's what business is about. That's how you make paper. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to, you have to accommodate the goddamn customer. You know what I'm saying? So that you could keep them coming back. If it's not above and beyond, you doing that. If it's some crazy shit, yeah, but if it's something that, a whole lot of people is requesting, then that's a service that needs to be addressed. You feel me? Especially when people's just spending money. You see, and so, but what on top of us hearing a lot of this negativity, you see, And I say it again, that is not everybody, but when you have, these viral videos of, certain Africans, get a lot of views and they saying crazy shit, and then you don't hear a voice come from amongst our continental African brothers and sisters that come here to say, no, they bullshit. They the type of motherfucker we don't fuck with over there. Then we can understand, like, okay, that's just that's some old rotten ass nigga that we don't need to be fucking with, but we don't hear shit. And so when you don't hear a voice that cry out and say, you know what, that's some bullshit, then we take the assumption that the majority of people think like that. I mean, and that's not on us. That's on you. That's why you got what they got to insert all businesses, customer relationship. You see what I'm saying? And they come out usually and they trying to make things right for the customer. You see what I'm saying? They come out, what you need, what happened? Okay, well, what we'll do, we can give you your money back and we'll give you credit. You understand? If they out of pocket, we'll give you a credit and shit. They do that shit on even DoorDash. You motherfucker bring your shit and it ain't right. You can call them up, or put in there, they fuck my order up. You see what I'm saying? And they'll give you a credit and shit and this, that, and the third. And that's what happened. You have to accommodate. You see, you have to accommodate. And so I will say that I do not agree. And I'm going to say this because we cannot be rotten. You see what I'm saying? Now, I do understand that there's some niggas out here on this side that just rotten. Okay? They just rotten. And I know, they just, some of these motherfuckers would like to destroy totally the relationship between Black Americans, African Americans, and continental Africans. They don't give a fuck whether it's a good relationship or not. Some of these motherfuckers out here is rotten. And I'm not that kind of motherfucker. I deal with individual relationship. You see what I'm saying? And I at least have the vision that, to see the unity in our people. So I'm not just going to be rotten out of, for no motherfucking reason. But when I see issues that need to be fucking addressed, we cannot sidestep no motherfucking issue. We not going to do it. And again, I do believe, in the unity of Black Americans. African American. If you don't want to be called African American, that's on you. I'm not about to argue with you because I'm all right with both. You see what I'm saying? I'm all right, and I must be Black. I got to have my, the Blackness is divine and I must have that. You understand? I cannot do without the Blackness, and I understand that our peoples is from Africa. I can deal with that too. Not a problem. That's divine too. Okay? And I don't have no problem with either. But I know it's some motherfuckers that's so far left, you understand, that they don't want to identify, even if it's a good person. They would rather see the fucking relationship just burn, you know what I'm saying? And so they'll say some negative shit about anybody African. I understand that too. And you just a rotten ass motherfucker. You see, you holding something so deep. Deal with the motherfuckers that's foul. I'm with you. Deal with the motherfuckers that's foul, going against the team. You see what I'm saying? I'm with you. But just to be rotten and just try to, destroy, even good relationships between Africans and African Americans and Black Americans, that's bullshit. That's a bunch of bullshit. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not going to deal with that. I'm not going that goddamn far. Would not go that damn far. That's not my eye. But see, that's another thing why when motherfuckers detach from all a culture, then what spiritual system is you on, nigga? You see what I'm saying? Because we deal with my eye. You got to be, you got to balance the scale. You can't just be no rotten ass motherfucker. What's on the scale, nigga? What is your what is driving you to do the things that you're doing? Is it from a standpoint that, being right about something, or you just a rotten ass motherfucker trying to destroy a relationship that could come together and make it better for the family on a global scale. That does not mean we give up our nationalities. It does not mean we give up our standing in our homeland because nobody else is going to do it. That's not what we're saying. You feel what I'm saying? But we are not going to be just, starting unnecessary wars, you understand, for no reason at all with family that's obviously in good standing with a lot of the customers and things of that nature. And that's why a lot of people not going to just up and boycott for no fucking reason, because they're in good standing with, many of the African businesses out there. Nevertheless, it does not take away from the fact that we got a lot of motherfuckers over here talking shit. That doesn't take away from that. And so when that must be dealt with. And it does not, change the fact that this is, and I'm hearing it like, that this, once you come over and you become a citizen, that somehow we become even. No, we respect you and this, that, and the third. We cannot go nowhere on the planet and think that it's just because we become a citizen that somehow we can usurp the culture anywhere in Africa. That's just ridiculous for y'all to, but see, to say we ain't, see, that's why I hear them say we ain't got no culture. And when they say that, that means like they could just move in because they ain't got no culture. You understand what I'm saying? We don't have to respect them. You see what I'm saying? We don't have to respect. They don't have no. So they say that, that's the impetus for them to, do what they do. You see what I'm saying? That's what they ain't got no. So we nobodies. We could be stepped on. See? So but they know good and goddamn well that we can't go nowhere in Africa and usurp the indigenous culture of any nation. And you can't do it even though you in Africa. They know that there are certain districts and areas in Africa that is ruled by predominantly ethnic group, and that if you step into their area, they're going to have a motherfucking problem with your ass. And you know that. And y'all motherfuckers act like y'all can do what y'all doing to us over here. You can't even do it over there. Because there's going to be some other Africans from another ethnic group that's going to want to get in your ass about stepping over them boundaries line. You know what I'm saying? I just happened to look up the biggest festival in Nigeria. I said, well, let me look up the biggest festival. And I seen the festival. And it's a large festival. What was the name? I think it was the Calabar. Biggest, I think it was there it is, biggest festival in Nigeria. And it was called, the Calabar Festival, known as Africa's biggest street party. You see, and it showcases a wide range of Nigerian culture and traditions. You understand what I'm saying? So they know what it is. You're not about to, as a Black American, African American, you're not about to go to Nigeria and change the Calabar Festival, which is showcasing Nigerian culture. You're not gonna do it. No nigga in nowhere, even from Africa, is gonna do it. That's their premier festival. They're gonna highlight what is Nigerian. And man, I salute you. Hats off. I know people enjoy it. And they got festivals all over Africa, different groups, different ethnic groups. And when you go in that particular area, that country, and they got districts within the countries that are ruled by different ethnic groups, and they have their own festival, you're not going in there and usurp nothing. You're not going to change shit. If you come, you're going to celebrate their culture, and that's what you expect to do. So why is it when they come over there, you can find where Africans have taken over the essence? And I understand. Niggas also got to be responsible for their own shit. You can't just be mad at, you supposed to be protecting your own shit. But a lot of time people go through the back door on us. And a lot of time the shit gets sold. Motherfuckers don't even know it got sold and shit. They ain't keeping up with it. You know what I'm saying? And then you look up and 2-3 years later, they showcasing a lot of African and traditions. And that ain't, for certain festivals, that ain't what it's about. We got that in Detroit. You got the African World Fest. That's what we expect there. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say African World Fest. And then we, bring, all nations from Africa come to this festival. You get the drumming. That's what you expected. You know what I'm saying? But when it's one that's particularly about our culture uniquely, that's what we expect. We expect to see our own culture. And people should have a problem with it when it get usurped. Yes, we should have a problem. Because if they thinking we ain't got no culture, they'll force you in the box. They trying to force you in the box. And if black people, come out swinging like, fuck y'all trying to usurp, y'all trying to push us off the edge. You see what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people is trying to do. They trying to push us off the motherfucking edge, and try to get rid of us and usurp us. But, if you didn't think we had one, you're going to find out quite differently that we do have a very strong culture. You see, and the fact that people's is speaking out and fighting back is evidence of that. You thought wrong. You thought wrong, and you need to, and as we move forward, it's going to have to be some form of understanding from the fact that, it's not even. It's not even. Okay, this is our grandmothers and grandfathers and in this soil. You're not going to come over here after our ancestors been over here 400 years, just like we don't expect to come nowhere. We come in respect of the culture that's there. We don't come over here and step on the graves y'all like fuck us, fuck our ancestors, fuck everybody. You see what I'm saying? Y'all don't have, so they still think, and we have to understand that many of them still think like that the frequency and the energy is still there. And niggas is so gullible. They don't even understand. That's how your bitch ass got on the boat in the first motherfucking place. Because when a motherfucker don't respect you to that extent, you understand, if they do got some goddamn boats, your bitch ass will end back up on the boat going somewhere else. They'll lift your ass up and take your ass because you don't have nothing to stand on. You see, if you right and you standing on what's right, then motherfucker don't budge. Stand on your principles and for, and all that is worth. And understand, don't come over. Our ancestors' blood is in this. So I know you got Haitians, and y'all died and fought down there in Haiti. And we respect y'all. We give motherfucking praise. And like our family nutted up, went down there, got free and shit. We celebrate shit. You see what I'm saying? But we was over here cracking heads too. You see what I'm saying? Our ancestors was over here dying and bleeding too. We was over here revolting, and if they didn't record, teach it like they were supposed to teach it, that's another, that's a casualty of history that, and people, maybe they didn't know, but goddamn it, we had to tell you, we was over here doing shit too. We wasn't just sitting on our goddamn hands and shit, just loving to, be on the plantation. We was over here revolting and fighting too. And so, the toil and we want what's ours. You know what I'm saying? We've been over here building and bleeding, and they've been taking, and we want what's ours. And we don't want nobody in our way. And that's right. That's right. You can come over here but don't be trying to usurp what we trying to do. Y'all just got here. This shit right here, we've been trying to get this shit this been old for a long time. You see what I'm saying? This shit the check been due a long time. Before y'all even got over here. So that's what y'all got to understand. And if you don't, it don't make no difference no way. It don't make no difference no way, because we not turning back. So either, you come in and we still break bread. And when y'all see us getting busy, you either support us or just move the fuck on out the way and let us handle our motherfucking business. But do not get in the way. Don't choose no sides against us. If you can't ride with us, step out the way and let us go for broke and let us do what we got to do. And when we victorious, we still got a place for you. You can chill, understand? And we can build and you can chill. And if you respect, we can, continue to prosper together, we can still do that. But we got to get the bag. The bag is ours. You know what I'm saying? The land, and it belongs to our children. You see what I'm saying? That's the right of their ancestors, their great grandmothers and grandfathers, generations back, bleeding and dying and going in the blood. That go to the babies. This is their land, and it's not you come over here in one damn generation and then you somehow you think you equal with, no. And we shouldn't think when we go over there that somehow we get in where we fit in. You understand what I'm saying? Get in where you fit in, try to prosper, be one with the host culture. That's all you supposed to do. You supposed to come to another person's land and try to be one with the host culture. It's a host culture, and Black Americans is the host culture over here. Don't come here trying to usurp and try to move us out. Oh, no. We can't go for that. No, sir, we cannot go for that. Now, I'm supposed to put these videos up here. Matter of fact, I'm going to put this elder sister up here. I'm going to put her on here because she got something to say, and I want the people to hear it.
Apologizing to Black Americans about Africans apologizing to Black Americans, right, for the treatment. And let me just say this. I don't know what it is about Africans not liking us. I don't know what it is. Y'all act like we have actually done something wrong to y'all when all we've ever done was fight just to survive, just to be recognized, to be noticed. And now we got problems with y'all, the same color. This is what I'm saying. We can't win for losing. Let me say this. I think it's very disrespectful when you go to get your hair braided and these women are speaking in their native tongue and they're talking about you. I think come on now. Like,
see, now that's that, and see, that's what all people do. When they get to talking in the native tongue. Now, automatically, if you come to another land, you motherfucker learn the language. You understand what I mean? We know y'all can learn English because y'all speak that shit better than Harry Potter. You see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, really, y'all motherfuckers could be, it's almost like every African, and I ain't being funny, goddamn, y'all could be English teachers just off of GP, goddamn, the way y'all teach. Speak that goddamn English. So we know you can speak it. You know what I'm saying? We know you can speak it. So, you can't come over here and get around people and get to speaking a foreign language. You cannot do that. You cannot speak a foreign language in people and you providing business. They're just like the Arab. Do you know when motherfuckers get there, you get in there and they talking about you. You understand? Because they get to talking, then they get to laughing and shit. Man, listen, I used to cuss they motherfucking ass out so goddamn bad. Like, what the fuck, man? We in here motherfucker talk English, bitch. Don't come in here talking sideways and laughing and giggling and shit. They do that shit. And that's what they do. So, I would, that is rude. Very fucking rude to do that. Especially when people know you talking about them.
You'll come over here and get our money, but then you talk about us like dogs. But why are you over here? Well, why not just stay in your country and get the money? Because they don't treat y'all right over there. So you come over here and then y'all think y'all gonna dog us. And wrong answers. Because let me tell you something. If every Black woman that loves getting her hair braided, if we stopped getting our hair braided, y'all asses is in trouble. So please, okay? I'm gonna need y'all to get that shit together because I got.
Now, when you listen to this sister, she obviously got a legitimate grievance. She ain't like, I see some that just out there, she got a legitimate grievance. She don't seem like she no rotten woman that just arguing with. She trying to figure out what the fuck the problem is. She saying she come break bread with them. And then they get to talking crazy and get to talking in their native tongue. And you know when the motherfucker, the Mexicans too, they get to talk. I done stepped to some of them talking crazy. They get to talk, let's say, what you say, bitch? You know what I'm saying? I get very disrespectful. And when they get to talk, I just automatically, and I know they talking about me, so I address it. When I address it, I already let them know I know you talking. What you say, bitch? You understand what I'm saying? I cut straight into them. You know what I'm saying? What you say, bitch, motherfucker? Oh, okay. You got a problem? Oh, okay. Let me know, motherfucker. Crack your taco, motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? Straight up. That's how you had to do. You see, that's how you had to do. Because, I mean, like I say, that's what they do. That's what all people do when they want to break off into their own motherfucking language and get to talking crazy. So if y'all out there, you know, that's business etiquette. You understand what I'm saying? You can't go to the public library and a motherfucker go in there and ask for a book, and then you turn around and get to talking to a motherfucker in another language and shit, you know, and get to laughing and giggling and shit, and then talk and turn around and say, no, we don't have the book. You know what I'm saying? The only thing you say to the person in English is, no, we don't have the book, after you done sitting over here laughing and shit and giggling and shit. Yeah, no, you can't do that. That's not business like. So I'm hearing a little something, and I understand how that feel, because most of all these, these races, whether they be Arab, whether they be Hispanic, whether they be Oriental, you go in there and get you go in there to get your products out the beauty supply, and they can speak English. And when they talk to each other, they go to their native tongue. You see what I'm saying? Talking crazy. And then when they get ready to talk to you, yeah, they can speak English. So I know what you're doing. When you in a business setting, this is fucking America. You're not supposed to be speaking all the go in the back and speak your fucking tongue. You see what I'm saying? Real talk. But this sister is an elder sister, and she don't seem to be no rotten individual. And she's saying she breaking bread, and they talk crazy, and they get to speaking in their own tongue. That's foul. That's not how you supposed to operate a business.
I have a friend that lives in Canada, and she is catching hell from the African community. Do you understand? She is catching pure hell. They're not nice. They're mean. And when I say mean, I mean mean to the damn bone. Y'all need to get it together and figure out what the problem is that y'all have with us. We don't have a problem with y'all.
Mm.
Then you have these shops y'all want us to come in and buy. You barely even speak to us. If you can't speak to me, I'm not spending my money there. And y'all have some beautiful y'all have some beautiful materials. Y'all have beautiful items that I would love to buy. But I'd be damned if I'm a step in an African shop and you don't speak to me, or you don't like me, and we the same colors. Get this shit together.
Damn. Now that was 100. She came 100. She came 100. She wasn't no rotten individual. She said she breaking bread, give them credit, say y'all got beautiful products, beautiful. You understand? Say, but she come in there, y'all don't even want to speak. You don't even want to motherfucking speak some of them, man. Y'all is on some bullshit. Some of y'all on some bullshit. Y'all need to get a goddamn African business coalition on how y'all should come to some uniformity on how y'all, deal with the public. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all got to come together and say, you know what? We got to learn some English. We got, when the customers come in, how you doing? You got to speak to them. How you doing? What is it some way I can help you? Is this is you looking for something that I can help you? You got to come out and engage the customers and shit. That's business. You got to come out and engage them and make them feel, oh, yeah, I like this. Yeah, we got something for you. Let me go in the back and let me get you something. Do y'all do the break? Yeah, we do that. What you like? You know what I'm saying? You got to engage the customers. And so we'll hear legitimate, grievances from the people. And again, it's not all African businesses, but, I'm quite sure the ones that got their shit together, they know there's some motherfuckers out there that ain't right. That's obvious. You know what I'm saying? They know they know some of their peoples out there that ain't got their shit together. and they know they fucking it up. You know what I'm saying? Then that's how it go. That's just like you move on the block and here come one motherfucker. You know they about to tear the block. Everybody on the block know when that one motherfucker move on the block. You see the grass start getting fucked up, and you understand, motherfucker leaving garbage all out. Oh shit, here we go. You understand what I'm saying? Here we go. Motherfucker starting before the goddamn week is up. Motherfucking for sale signs all up and down the goddamn block. You understand what I'm saying? That's just how it is. Yeah, you got the motherfuckers know when you got them motherfuckers on the block that ain't right. Y'all got some motherfuckers y'all need to clean up. But anyway, we said that. We said it wasn't all. We already said that. We said Mexicans. We said goddamn Arabs. We said Orientals. We already said that. We already said that. So we ain't just jumping on the Africans because we said their goddamn body. You see? So just let that be clear. All right, family. Yeah. Say don't nobody defend Africans on the motherland more than the USA blacks. That's right. But they still talk greasy. Wow. Say it'll boil over. Yeah, when motherfuckers understand, it'll boil over when they respect where we coming from. But we ain't about to make motherfuckers forget. You know what I'm saying? And so we had to stand 10 toes down, and not fall back on, making it clear on how we feel and what we expect. You understand what I'm saying? So that it could be peace. You understand? And it does, and it include, and if you do that, then you gonna keep us in engaging economically, culturally. If you go back on it, it's not gonna be good. That's just all it is to it. All right, family, we're gonna move on to the next video. I appreciate y'all being out there. Let's get it. Get over there, get that work, family. We on Patreon. We put up 3 today. We got some 5 ancient Egypt military colony of Mother Ethiopia. It's up there. It's fire. We got the 72 chambers of the pineal gland. It's up there. It's fire. That's part 1. And we got the magical ring of black immortality is up there, and they all fucking fire. Run, and get that soul food. This is General Cyrus Sunseti saying, hey, arm yourself, and thank y'all. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.